So we have already done with the chapter, that is Directive Principles of State Policy. The explanation is already done. Today we'll be doing question answers based upon this particular chapter. I'll explain you each question as well as the answer so that it becomes easier for you all to learn as well as to write in your notebooks. So let's begin, children. Are you all ready? No, unmute yourself. Are you all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good, very good. So the first question is, what do you think makes a welfare state? List out various aspects, conditions, etc. required for a state to look after the welfare of its people. So first of all, whenever you get such type of a question where they are asking you, what do you think? How are you going to begin your answer, children? Although it is not here, but I have already taught you all, right?
According to me.
Yes, according to me, or I think, that also you can use. Okay, you can use according to me or I think. All right, so that's your perspective, but it should be related to the content. Now the state, welfare state means what? It is the state which is responsible for the well-being of the people. Okay, this particular state looks after the development in terms of social, economical and political aspect of the people. Okay, it also makes sure that the weaker section of the society is not left out. They are also involved and they also get the benefit, okay, for the well-being of each and every people living in the state, whether it is in terms of social, economic or political. All right, now what are the various aspects which we have to consider while making sure that we are looking after the welfare of the state? So the first one is an instrument of justice. Number 2, establishment of democracy. Number 3, equal rights to all. Number 4, development through planning. Number 5, moral development of individual. And number 6, a positive state. So these are all the aspects through which we can make sure that there is welfare among the people living in that particular state. Everybody is given equal rights, everybody is treated equally. Okay, there are plannings to bring out more development in the process. Okay, so these are all regarded as aspect. Have everyone understood this question? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mishri. Thank you for informing, responding. Let's scroll down. Which rulers in history believed in and created a welfare state? So which was the ruler, children, who believed in the welfare of the state?
All the rulers did.
Which ruler specifically believed in the welfare of the state and who created belief or brought forward this idea of welfare state? It was
Emperor Ashoka.
very good. Emperor Ashoka of India. Very good, Yash. Very good. Now, what are the directive principles of state policy? And you have to explain. So, we have already done the directive principles of state policy. What all things did you remember from that? Who will tell me?
Ma'am, Gandhian principles.
No, not Gandhian principle. I'm talking about the directive principles of state policy. What does that mean? You have to explain that.
They help in freeing.
Bhavya, can you read it?
Yes, ma'am. The directive principles of state policy are the guidelines and instructions to the state to help in framing and making of policies.
Yes, please underline this, that what does the directive principles of state policy do? They help us, okay, and they guide us for what? To frame and to make a policy, okay, for framing and making the policy. That is the whole and sole responsibility of the directive principles. Understood the first point? Second point is that this particular principle, that is the directive principle, is non-justiciable. Means what? What do we mean by non-justiciable?
Meaning
They cannot be enforced by law.
Very good, Yash. Meaning that they cannot be enforced by law. Okay, they inform the citizens about states' economic, social, and objective goals. Economic and social objectives. Okay, so directive principles inform the citizens what are the social and what are the economic goals and objectives. Have you all understood? Now, in this particular chapter, we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
studied about 3 categories of principles. State which categories are those? Which 3 categories?
Gandhian principles, general
Very good.
principles,
Gandhian principle.
economic principle.
And principle
Principles promoting
promoting
economic
economic
activity.
equality.
Very good. Third one,
Gandhian principles, general principles.
Gandhian. See,
General and
it is okay.
General
I'll repeat once again.
principles and principles promoting equality.
Very good. Very good. Yash. It's good to see you participating, Yash. Very nice. So the 3 types or 3 categories of principles are principles promoting economic equality, Gandhian principles, and general principles. All right. Next, where would you find the directive principles of state policy? Where is this mentioned?
In
they are in the part 4 of the Constitution.
Very good.
From
Very good,
Articles
Simran.
36 to 51.
51. Very good. Very good. Excellent. So it is there in the part 4 of the Constitution. She has also mentioned the articles. Very nice. Keep it up, Simran. Next is, how are these different from the fundamental rights of an individual? Now, you remember we had done differentiation between directive principles and fundamental rights? Yes, let's
Yes, ma'am.
revise.
Yes.
Let's revise. Let's revise. Let's see how many of you all remember. What is the first difference between directive principle and fundamental right?
Fundamental rights help in framing.
And
and
making
making
of
of
the
the
privileges that
One
every
minute. Yes,
citizen
Miss G,
enjoys.
one by one. Yes,
Ma'am,
Miss G.
fundamental rights are the rights that help in making and framing of new rules.
Hmm.
Ma'am, and on
Okay, anybody else?
Ma'am, can I, Simran?
Yes, she missed it up. Yes, Simran.
Fundamental rights are justiciable, meaning that they could be taken to the court.
Hmm.
ma'am,
And what about
These
directive
inform
principle?
they are non-justiciable, meaning that they cannot be enforced by law.
Very good. So one difference is explained. Who will tell me the second difference? Very
Can
good,
I?
Simran. Yes, Bhavya.
Ma'am, directive principles help in the framing of the Constitution,
Hmm.
and fundamental rights are the privileges
Hmm.
citizens enjoy.
Very good. They are the rights and privileges which the citizens enjoy. Very nice. Very nice. So the second differentiation is given by Bhavya. First was given by Simran. Who will give me the third differentiation? Again, you? Okay, go ahead.
Fundamental rights. These are the rights and privileges that every citizen enjoys and are entitled to, and directive principles are the guidelines and instructions to the state to help in framing and making of the principles.
Yeah, that's what Bhavya said, right?
Ma'am, so it is to
She gave the same differentiation. What is the third differentiation? I am waiting for the third one.
to inform the citizens
Who will
that the
give me the
state
third
is
differentiation?
accountable in protecting.
Yes. Yes, Simran. Yes,
These
Bhavya, give
inform
me
the
the third
citizens
differentiation.
that
1
the
minute.
state.
Bhavya, give
Ma'am,
me
I'm
the third.
not. I don't know the third. I'm just thinking.
Go ahead. Third.
These are guidelines and instructions, ma'am, directive principles. These are guidelines and instruction to the state to help in forming and making of policies.
This differentiation we've done, guidelines, and on the other side, fundamental rights are rights and privileges given to the citizen. Second, also we have done where the students said that Justiciable and
non-justiciable.
So what is the third one? We are waiting for the third one.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
these, ma'am, directive principle, these inform the citizens about the state's economic and social objective or goals.
Right,
Fundamental.
right.
These inform the citizens that state is accountable in protecting the civil liberties of every citizen.
Yes, yes. Got it?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
these are the three differentiation which you all have to learn. Okay, I hope you all understood these three differentiations.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay. Now, this is the this is the most interesting part of your course book answers, question answers. You will all enjoy doing this. Okay. Now here in this problem is given. Okay. You will have to understand the problem and you will have to tell me that this particular problem comes under which category of principles. You know, we have done 3 categories of principles, right? Gandhian principle, right?
Content principles, general principles, and principles promoting equality.
Economic
Economic
equality.
equality.
Okay, so and in that we had a list of principle given to us. Now you'll have to look at the problem and you'll have to tell that this particular problem comes under which category. Okay, first you'll have to tell me that, and then you'll have to also tell me why in that particular category, because what point is mentioned related to that problem in this particular category of principle. Okay, secondly, you'll have to give solution also. All right, that okay, for this problem as a student, what solution you will find. Now I'm reading it and let's understand. Solve these problems at the level of state government. Okay, state the directive principle it refers to and the category it falls under. Okay, which directive principle that problem refers to, you have to state that, and you have to state the category also. Okay, after doing that, you'll have to give me the solution. Okay, finally you'll have to provide the solution to that particular problem. Understood what you all have to do, children? Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The
Yes,
first
ma'am.
problem, let's see the first problem. There are not enough somebody's mic is unmuted, please mute. Sakina. There are not enough free medical centers in your vicinity. That means the place where you all are living, there you do not have enough medical centers. So this is the problem. So now first tell me which directive principle it refers to and which category.
Gandhian
It refers to Gandhian principle.
Yes, very good. It refers to Gandhian principle. Why, Yash? Why do you think it refers to Gandhian principle? What is the point referred in the Gandhian principle? Which principle is given related to this problem?
Ma'am, can I say that principle?
Yes,
Help in maintaining the health and nutrition of
yes.
people.
Helping in maintaining the health and nutrition of the people. Okay, this particular point, this particular principle is mentioned in Gandhian principle. Okay, and here your problem is also related to health, right? Free medical centers, therefore it will be considered under Gandhian principle. Now what solution do you have for this? Who will tell me what
more
solution?
free medicine.
Yes.
Ma'am, more free medical centers.
Yes, you can have more free medical centers. You can inform this to the state government. You can escalate the matter to the state government. You can discuss about it, and you will make sure that there are more free medical centers put up or set up in your vicinity, wherever you all are living. Okay, so this was the solution. I hope now you understood when we did the first example.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do the second one.
Yes, ma'am.
Recently, Indian tourists visiting Pakistan were escorted by the police and were missing for 3 days. Okay. So first tell me which principle it will come under and
general principles.
General principles. Promoting
general
international
Refers to
promoting international peace and
yes,
security.
because in general principle, we have a point which says promoting international peace and security. Right? Okay, so that is done. Now, what is the third part? Solution. What do you think would be the solution? How are you going to find a solution to this problem?
Ma'am, it is at central level, so we should inform the foreign minister, no?
Very good, very good. Where you'll have to inform the foreign minister, you'll have to inform the central government, okay? You'll have to even get in touch with the Pakistan embassy so that they try and find out, okay, where these Indian tourists are, okay? They'll find out the location and they'll find information about these Indian tourists. Got the second one, everyone? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do the third one. Your uncle works in a factory and feels that representation in the management is skewed and in favor of higher authorities. That means they are biased, okay, for higher authorities. Your uncle is working in a factory and over here, he feels that whoever is representing through the management, they are biased. That means they are in favor of only the higher authorities. So what do you think? Which category this principle will come under?
Principle promoting economic equality.
Very good. Principle promoting economic equality. Why? What point is mentioned in this particular category?
Workers participating and representing themselves in the management of factories through workers.
Correct. Workers participating and representing themselves in the management of factories through worker unions. This is the principle which is mentioned in principle promoting economic activity. So since this is related to uncle working in a factory, so automatically this will come under principles promoting economic equality category. Now, what will be the solution for this problem of the uncle?
Ma'am,
how are you going to help your uncle? How are you going to help your uncle?
I'm building strategic relationship with others who will not only support but find a common ground.
Right. You will try to escalate the matter to the management, or you will build up relationships with a person who is in the higher category but who belong to a different position, or else you will, at the most, if you cannot do anything, you will at least try and find a better job for your uncle where the management is not biased, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go on to the fourth question. The nearby tea stall employs young boys who are merely 10 years old.
Principles promoting economic equality.
Why do you think it is included in economic equality?
Protecting children and youth from exploitation.
Yes, because it refers to protecting children and youth from exploitation. Okay, therefore it comes under economic equality principle. Now, what would be the solution for this? What are you going to do for this?
Ma'am, inform the police.
Okay, all right. What else? What else?
The state government has the right to shut down the tea shop.
Yes, they have the right to shut down the tea shop. They also have a right to revoke the license of that particular tea shop owner, okay, for employing children below 10 years. And what else we can do for the boy? What will you think? What you can do for the boy?
The children can be taken to the NGOs where they can get a proper facility.
Very good. NGOs, rehabilitation centers, or shelter homes, where they can get proper facilities and they're not forced to work there, right? Their basic needs are fulfilled over there. Okay, I hope everybody understood till here, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understood?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yes.
Okay, good. Shall we proceed further?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is cattle. I think she got disconnected. All right, the next question is cattle, especially cows, are slaughtered in open markets in center states. Okay, what principle do you have for this? Slaughtering.
Gandhian principle.
Gandhian principle. Why Gandhian principle? Why do you think it refers to Gandhian
Prohibition of
principle?
Because
Prohibition
process
of
of
Ma'am,
cow
slaughtering
slaughtering
of
and other
cows and
cattle.
prohibits the slaughtering of
Right, because it says prohibition of slaughtering of cow and other cattle. Very good. But what do you think is the solution for this problem?
Ma'am, we should inform those people that don't kill animals.
Right, you should first inform them, and you should also make sure that the government is informed, right? The higher authority is informed about this. And what else?
Ma'am, to inform the government to ban the eating of, to
Okay,
ban the slaughter of cows.
right, to ban the slaughtering of animals. All right. And what else? The idea of enforcement of prohibition should be entertained, keeping in mind the diverse population of the country and their beliefs. Okay, so it is not, you have to, if you are focusing on this particular problem, you will also have to make sure that you understand there is diverse population in your country and you should not hurt anybody's feeling. Okay, next, the village of Gaunpur does not have a village panchayat.
Gandhian
principle,
principles.
every
Why?
village will have a village
Establishing
panchayat.
village
I'm
panchayat.
establishing
Establishing village panchayats. Okay, and how are you going to resolve this problem?
Ma'am, talk to the five
Ma'am, the
elders
panchayats
of the
will be
village
Hmm,
and form a village panchayat.
correct. Making sure that you elect the representatives from the village itself, and you form a village panchayat for that particular village who would deal with the problems of the village. Got it, everyone? Have you all understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Understood clearly.
Okay, so I want you all to write down in your notebooks all these question answers we've discussed session 1 and part of session 2. All right, so please complete the question answers in your classwork notebooks. And for the question where we have the differentiation between directive principles and fundamental rights, I want you all to write down as it is. It's given in your textbook. The way it's given in your textbook, write in that manner. So it will become easier for you all to learn. All right.